spread my jiu-jitsu. So I don't watch a lot of instructionals, and being from a small gym, we have developed a lot of our own jiu-jitsu. So my goal is to spread my jiu-jitsu and my version of jiu-jitsu and hope that people enjoy it, and then basically continue to drill it when I leave. Well, what my dream is doing jiu-jitsu all the time with the ones I love and have my family and friends around me all the time. Me and my brother get to travel the world teaching jiu-jitsu. That is what jiu-jitsu is to me. It's just everything, I suppose.
We're from Wales, okay, it's not England. It's part of the UK, it's next door to England. Alright. So if you don't understand us, just ask us to repeat ourselves or slow down. You're better off just taking one solid thing. It's just like one foot position or like one technique, a sweep or whatever. Then you are trying to absorb like 10 techniques and then get them all. We've been coaching a lot, so we haven't had actually much downtime. But we knew this trip was going to be more of a business trip. You know, we knew it was going to be more. We were going to push harder on just trying to get to as many gyms as we could to show jiu-jitsu, which we've done really well at, and we've had great feedback. And that was really the key thing, you know. So next time we're trying to, we're gonna come back and try and get to the gyms again. If you think about it, like learning the technique of someone in person, the benefit is you can understand how they think about the position also. Like when you go learn on YouTube, for example, they will give you the ABCs of the position and break it down, but you don't actually be like, oh, why do they play the way they play it? Like what they're thinking when they play it.
So you should have started actually with pinches better, right? If I was back,
Boring.
Why boring?
Because it's good. And I think anything that's fundamental, and so fundamental I would say, but I think fundamentals done well is the key to being good. But unfortunately for YouTube and the sort of generation we have now, I think boring would be more adequately way to describe it.
You understand it? I try to protect what they're trying to be. Just step onto the floor. Yeah, that.
The details on the knee positioning, the butterfly legs, how to keep the person in the guard while having that overhook. I think that detail is pretty special tonight, so I'll be taking that away from tonight.
What is your guess on what the snake weighs?
2.5.
So Luke said 8.
I said 8.
I said 7.
7.
2.5.
2.5 kilos.
2.5 kilos.
That snake.
Bro, that's muscle, man. 2.5, alright.
Peaches, what's your bet?
You could ask a chick, the dude.
What does a snake weigh?
12.
Actually, he did a snake handling
12
course.
would be
He will
closer, I
know.
reckon, eh?
10 kilos.
10. No! No!
About a kilo and a half.
What?
That's what I said. I said 2.5.
I reckon.
Fuck.
9, because no one said it.
Well, what if you're off?
Zoom it on my face like an egg.
Yes, plan. You're a brave girl.
I just
Two and a half kilos, like I said.
No, it's 2.5, same.
Yeah, Ava, get up. Come on, Ava.
Like 2-3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, every time I had a big match, I was always like very, very focused in, honed in. Like if someone was like, oh, do you want to go for a walk? I'd be like, nah bro, I've actually got a match in 6 weeks time, so this walk will be detrimental to that. When we think about that, it's actually ludicrous, it's actually a very crazy mindset to have. But back then, because the match was such a big deal and I felt like I couldn't perform at that level, I was really, really conscious of everything going right. So I didn't take any risks. You know, like my mate's birthday, I wouldn't go out for the birthday, I would just stay in the house. But now with big matches, now I would just like go sightseeing, I travel around, whatever, from a different country, I would enjoy myself, enjoy the culture, enjoy new gyms, whatever. And yeah, when I just turn up and compete, I just know my jiu-jitsu is going through.
That's it.
Does that make you miss your dogs, bro?
This is the best. Well, you reckon he's just going to bite you, eh?
Dealt with the chest to the heads.
I think with Jake, my name the guys at Essence, a big part of the trials is whether you can implement your game plan or not. So I think like on his day against anyone, he has got the skill set and tools to win. But trials is grueling, it's tough, and obviously like the dynamics of the rule set in terms of like 3 minutes no score, 3 minutes score, 3 minutes overtime where you can't really pull guard. They add so many dimensions to it that is just not normal. If you're a sub-only grappler or just a punch grappler, it really requires like a blend of skill sets, where wrestling is a big, big focus. So obviously, again, if if he gets to where he wants to get to, then I think he could do really well. But I know how tough the trials are, and it should be interesting.
Well, that's when you know it's good.
Let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Move up, move up, move up! Move up, work up, shoot! I'm Mr. Easy, go! When you step up in competition, you look across at that person, you know if you've done your work. And that is all there is. Alright? You go out there, you've done your absolute best, and you lose. It's okay. It is okay. If you go out there though, and you know that every class was not your hardest, you did up soft scores, you did up soft sweeps, you did up soft takedowns, you deserve to lose. I wasn't brought you to be your best friend. I was brought you to coach athletes.
Man, like probably like peak week. So like we'll train hard on Monday as well, and then start to taper off. So last week's been pretty rough, but it's been good. You know, just getting through. Like Ash is throwing new stuff at us, and everyone's obviously still really motivated, so they're pushing really hard. So Wednesday we'll train before we fly out, but it'll be super light. It won't be too hard. But we'll probably train when we get there too, in Sydney. I like to train like usually up to the day before the comp, or to like 2 days before. So if comp's on Sunday, I like to train on Friday. This one I'll probably train up till Thursday and have the extra 2 days off. But yeah.
So some of the main areas we've been trying to work with Jake is trying to be more confident in the wrestling and be more competent on the scoring system. So pushing harder to achieve scores. Because obviously you've got a very, very strong leg lock game, and I feel like what the cycle we've seen most other places, if you follow like professional jiu-jitsu, is a lot of leg lockers initially were leg locking, then they were using leg locks to sweep, and then they were using leg locks to take the back. So it kind of cycles through these outcomes of the different scores, and obviously trying to encourage people to use progression off of leg locks is very, very beneficial to their overall game. So that's definitely what we've been doing with Jake. In particular in the sweep exchanges, just using like wrestle ups and just being stronger on the standing position. But yeah, he's been developing really well with them, so it's brilliant. That was perfect.
No.
How's that not perfect?
You're like,
That was gonna
you're like punchy.
Oh, hello, Del.
Captain Mark, come on, team.
I can fucking do the
Ball
look.
has to go laces down, and
Why?
you want to get the tip. Look,
You
so
wanna
my
spin
hand
backwards?
goes over. Look, it goes backwards.
Come on then.
Even the devil's got it. Go again. Go again. Yes. There you go. That's better. But don't point at it.
Fucking, my first kick
Kick
ever.
through the ball.
Oh, wow, let's see what your guard pass looks like.
Hey, there you go. See. Like trials is the hardest tournament there is. So you can never be like, okay, I'm 100% going to win, but I feel confident in my prep. Like we had a real hard cardio session today, but I feel good. Like I feel like I could train again, and I wasn't slacking. You know, like I was trying to push. The rounds have gone really well. A lot of the stuff Ash and Josh are getting me to focus on outside of my comfort zone, that's starting to feel more natural. So obviously, like people know, I like leg locks, it's what I do, but putting other techniques into it as well is really starting to pay off and work really well. So yeah, I feel really, really good.
So the way to look at that is that if you think of like a tradie, like a brick, like any tradesman you can think of, like if you've got the best tools in the world with the wrong mindset, as a tradie, the tools aren't worth what you can use them for. You know, like the same as jiu-jitsu, you could have the knowledge in here of as much jiu-jitsu as you want, but if you haven't got the mindset to apply it, and in particular to back yourself, I'm very big on like having conviction in your own ability levels. And if you haven't got the conviction in yourself, then it doesn't matter what technique you know, because you're never going to pull the trigger the way you should. And that's what I've kind of been working on with the guys, is to have more conviction in their own ability and within themselves to perform. And to be fair, so far, I think it's getting there. You know, but mindset is a longer term thing to change. You know, it takes a lot of time to build it with each other. It took me years to get my own mindset to where it is. You know, it took a very, very long time.
I have never done that until like a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, it's definitely confronting when you first do it, but it's the idea behind it is obviously when you're fighting someone, you have to stare them down, you have to look at them in the eyes, and you have to just not really visualize that they're not even in front of you, and you can do whatever you want to them basically. So I think yeah, doing that, it's definitely a big kind of part of their training. It's just definitely just more mental more than anything. It's just the mental kind of like aspect of just pushing even when you feel like you've got nothing else. There's a couple of sections today where I was like, don't know if I can do this, but then I was like, nope, yes I can. And then yeah, it's just that mental kind of side of it, just kind of pushing that extra little gear when you feel like you've got nothing.
Yep. So 3 first, and then 1 every round after that. Woo! First one's not that bad. The last one is bad.
Yeah, you got like thermal socks on or something, or? 3, 2, 1.
Woo! Right, before you start doing this.
No, Tony. Is that relief? That final?
Wow, we're all wavy stuff. Okay, yeah.
What's that?
Happens, man.
Does it?
It does.
I didn't realise that happens sometimes.
I'm with him.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
15 years
Oh,
of jiu-jitsu, I
yeah.
had no idea.
Didn't realise I could get cut while I was doing jiu-jitsu.
Let him know that.
How many comments do you reckon we get on YouTube?
Can't waste the water. Look at all the ice they wasted.
How many turtles we killed in the process?
Fuck.
Well done.
Come on, have.
Good work. Half a ring.
Half, come on.
Easy, look, B.